Hi, this is Paul. I just got a question. I'm going to make this really quick. And this is a question for all the Jungians out there. Ollie says something in here that caught my attention. This whole conversation was fun. I'd heard Jules Evans before on Rebel Wisdom and thought it was thought I found his previous talks fascinating there. And of course, Jonathan Peugeot. I teased Jonathan on Twitter about some of the comments he made about Protestantism in this. I thought it was one of these days, Jonathan and I are going to have a long talk about Protestantism because those of you who've been listening to my channel for a while know I think it's important for Protestants to continue to assess their protest and to what degree or not the protest is still valid and what elements of the protest are out there. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is a question because Ollie said something. First, I thought it was Jules Evans that said it, but then earlier I did a little search for Jung in this, and Ollie said something here, and I thought it was important, and I wondered, the Jungians out there, if you could kind of quote me chapter or verse about this and point me to where Jung writes about this stuff, because again, I'm quite interested in the turnings from an enchanted world to a disenchanted world and what that means for us and how that relates to our natural or technological world.
Yeah, it just strikes me as you guys are talking that there's this idea that there's a religious impulse which is deeply, deeply human is one that I think we probably would all agree on to some extent, but is not necessarily agreed on by materialism. And I know, Carl Jung wrote about, he kind of asked the question at one point, where did all the sprites and the demons and the kind of the animistic objects go? Because they just kind of disappeared with modernism. And then his argument was that we projected them into our machines. They had to go somewhere. So, they went into the trains and they went into the planes. These things, we don't understand how they work. I think about that sometimes in terms of the internet, because a lot of the spread of these new, whatever we want to call them, belief systems are happening online. And in a sense, we're projecting all this energy into the online world and then getting this reflection back of all sorts of weird and wonderful things.
But they're still there. They're more incarnate than they were before. I mean, what do you think furries are? Like there are plenty of manifestations of these kind of demonic fairy type things, but they actually end up being more embodied maybe even than they were before. Like you look at extreme body modification, you look at people who cover themselves in strange tattoos and do go out of their way to look inhuman. This is manifestations of the types of let's say encounters that people would have had in the forest with some strange, hybrid creature, in their perception at least.
I thought there was something else that Jules Evans had said, but I can't find it now without just re-listening to the whole thing again. So if any of you Jungian experts out there, I was thinking, well, how could I ask because most of the Jungian folks are more in the comments section than on the Discord server, and that came up. Ollie mentioned it, and so I wondered if any of you could kind of point me to chapter, verse, what book, what section, because I'm very interested in in theories about the migration of the enchantments that were ubiquitous towards the disenchanted world. Of course, this is Charles Taylor and lots of other things. So yeah, just that question out. So this is too short of a video for Julian to find it worthwhile to bring it into the welding shop. So thanks for watching.